In this video, I'm going to construct a bra using the basic bra pattern I created in my last video. First, let's talk about fabrics. For the cups and frame, I will be using Duoplex. Duoplex is 100% polyester tricot fabric. It has a matte side and a shiny side. It has no stretch in one direction and little mechanical give in the other direction. For the back band, the most common fabric used is power net. Power net is made out of nylon and spandex and has a 4-way stretch. I use a pretty heavyweight power net where there is more stretch in one direction than in the other. Before I cut out my fabric pieces, I need to mark the dogs on my pattern. DOGS is an acronym for Direction of Greatest Stretch. So for the Duoplex, the DOGS would be the direction with the mechanical give, and for the power net, it would be the direction with the most stretch. The DOGS run horizontal on the top cup, vertical on the bottom cup, and the frame. And horizontal on the back band. When laying out your fabric, make sure you check the DOGS and lay your pattern pieces accordingly. Once your pattern pieces are cut out, it's time to sew them together. In lingerie making, seam allowances are usually 1/4 inch. The way I make sure I'm sewing at 1/4 inch is by setting my stitch width at its widest, moving the needle all the way to the right. Using a magnetic seam guide and a ruler, I make sure the seam guide is placed 1/4 inch from the needle. Place your 2 bottom cups right sides together and sew at 1/4 inch. Press the seams open and top stitch on both sides of the seam. Now place the top cup and bottom cup right sides together and sew at 1/4 inch. Press the seam open and top stitch on both sides of the seam. Take your frame piece and your back band and place them right sides together and sew at 1/4 inch. Keep the seams together and press it towards the frame and top stitch the seam down. Sew the cups into the frame. Sew the underwire channeling to the cup seam. Make sure to leave a little tail on both sides of the cup and start sewing about 1/2 inch away from the beginning of the seam and stop 1/2 inch from the end. This will give you room to attach the elastic in the next step. I'm using a 1/2 inch picot elastic for the band. Attach the band to the outside of the bra with the plush side facing up and the picot edge pointing towards the cup using a zigzag stitch. I'm using 3/8 inch picot elastic for the underarm edge. Attach the underarm edge elastic to the outside of the bra with the plush sides facing up and the picot edge pointing towards the cup, using a zigzag stitch. When you get to the channeling, tuck it out of the way so you don't accidentally sew over it. I'm using a decorative elastic for the neckline. Attach the decorative elastic to the outside of the bra with a decorative edge pointing towards the cup using a zigzag stitch. When you get to the channeling, tuck them out of the way so you don't sew over them. With a pair of duckbill scissors, trim the fabric behind the elastic to reduce bulk. Mark a line about 1/8 of an inch below the neckline edge on the underwire channeling. Use the mark to tack the channeling closed and cut off the excess. Fold the band elastic over to the inside of the bra and sew it down with a 3-step zigzag. Fold the underarm edge elastic over to the inside of the bra and sew it down with a 3-step zigzag. When you get to the channeling, tuck it out of the way so you don't accidentally sew over it. Fold the neckline edge trim over to the inside of the bra and sew it down with a 3-step zigzag. When you get to the channeling, move them into position and sew over them to tack them in place. Now it's time to top stitch the underwire channeling. From the outside of the bra, top stitch around the cup, staying 1/8 of an inch away from the cup seam. From the inside of the bra, top stitch around the outside of the underwire channeling, stitching about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Now it's time to assemble the straps. I have cut 2 strap elastics 20 inches long. Weave the strap elastic through the slider and secure it with a straight stitch. Slide on the rings, and with the plush side of the strap elastic facing up, weave the elastic through the slider again. Attach the assembled strap to the back band by keeping the elastic straight while moving the power net under the elastic as you sew with a stretch stitch. Attach the strap to the cup by pulling the strap extension through the ring and stitching it down with a straight stitch. Now it's time to attach the hook and eye. With the inside of the bra facing you, the eyes go on the left facing out and the hooks go on the right facing in. Attach the eyes with a straight stitch across as far from the eyes as possible. Pivot and make about 3 stitches. Pivot again and stitch across back to the other side. Pivot one more time and sew back to the beginning. The middle of the eyes are sewn into the fabric, so make sure you don't get too close or you will break your needle. Attach the hooks with a straight stitch with the hooks facing up so they don't get caught in the feed dogs. Once you get to the end, back stitch all the way to the beginning and stitch forward again to make sure it's secured. All that's left to do is to insert the underwire. One end of the underwire is shorter than the other. Insert the underwire into the underwire channeling, leading with the shorter end. Trim off the excess channeling and try on your bra. If the bra is wearable, you can tack the channeling closed. This was just a quick walkthrough of how to construct a basic bra. If you need more detailed instruction on bra sewing and how to identify and address any fit issues, I highly recommend Beverly Johnson's Craftsy course, Sewing Bras, Construction and Fit, available on Bluprint. Link is in the description down below. That's all I have for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos from me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.